So ever since being about 4, I've just loved fashion. I think it all began because I've got a creative family background. I remember playing with paper dolls and running out of clothes for them, because you like pin the clothes onto the paper dolls. Just deciding to draw my own clothes for the paper dolls and dressing up with my mum's wardrobe clothes. That's where like my love for fashion design came. My grandma used to get taught how to make clothes in school, and then she became a seamstress. We didn't get taught that kind of thing at school, and that industry is not around anymore. It's more like overseas. So that's why I knew that I wanted to go to uni, because I feel like I wanted to be taught properly how to make the clothes in the end and like do the full process. My expectation was that I'd be able to learn and be able to be creative and make clothes. But the reality was that it was a lot of stress and it was a lot of overwhelm, because we'd have a lot of projects to do and we're trying to get the grades that we wanted to get. It just felt like I was a robot in the end, and it would just churn out loads of work, and it was just making my like creative battery just go like down completely. Before I learned about the industry, I was just going into it thinking I can make clothes for all the different fashion brands that I bought from, and people will see my clothes and will be able to buy my clothes. I just thought fashion was this great thing that there was nothing wrong with it. My goal was to work in a commercial fashion brand, so I did that. I did a placement for a year. We'd do designs and we'd send them off to people, and I wouldn't know who I'm sending them off to, who's going to make the clothes, and I wasn't comfortable with that. I didn't like the fact that I had no idea about what the factory conditions were. And then it hit me, like I was like, this thing that I'd always seen as this positive thing is this quite a lot of negativity involved with it, and then finding out it's the second most polluting industry, something that shocked me. I've always wanted to do something that's fulfilling, something that's positive, that's something that's not having a negative impact on the world. So it changed my mindset on what I was wanting to do like my entire life. So what I did for my final collection was I would get second-hand jumpers from charity shops, unravel them, and then I recrocheted them back into a new 2-piece outfit. So it was like an upcycling method where you take something old and unwanted and turn it into something new. I was a finalist for the Dame Vivienne Westwood Sustainable and Ethical Award for the Graduate Fashion Week 2018. It felt amazing to just be rewarded for something that I'd worked on so hard. After leaving uni, I didn't know how to get into the sustainable side of fashion, and I just knew that everywhere around Manchester was fast fashion based, so I didn't really see what opportunities I could do within the fashion and design industry at least. I then decided to explore different careers, so I got into being a special constable alongside working for Rochdale Council in adult care, as well as being a care assistant for my granddad who had dementia. But I wasn't creatively expressing myself, and I knew I needed to pursue it somehow. So to feel more creative again, I discovered people on social media who were showing how you can shop secondhand and go to charity shops. But over the last couple of years, that led me into enjoying content creation, and that's what made me really enjoy doing digital marketing and like content editing. So I would then go to events myself and do a little Date with Kate vlog around the event and put it together of my experience of going to these different thrifting events. I can feel like I can get back into the fashion industry by going to these second-hand fashion events, because I don't feel bad when it comes to second-hand fashion, because it already exists and it's better to use them and either rework them with upcycling or just re-wearing them so they keep existing and they don't end up in landfill. I got involved with the Culture Co-op because I wanted to make things happen in smaller towns that I was seeing in the city. And a swap co-op is a free community clothes swap. It was a pop-up in Heywood Market. A lot of people had never swapped before, and it encouraged them to want to keep doing it again, and it really made me proud that I was encouraging people to shop sustainably and change their mindset a bit more about second-hand clothes. I can't not care about the way I dress and fashion, because self-expression for me is having that sense of self and the way I dress, showing off my personality and what I'm interested in, like displaying that to the world of like who I am. The fashion industry that I see right now is changing but not quick enough. People care more about money than they do about people and planet, and that needs to change. I spend a lot of time creating content, so I'm on my screen a lot, whether it's my phone or my laptop. I want to share the positive things about what people can do and not encourage like bad practices like overconsumption. I love that it helps encourage people to have more sustainable mindsets in the way that they shop and think about what they can do to make the world a better place. I just want to be like a de-influencer in a way, like encourage more positive things for the environment and for people and planet.